30 for 4, you want to, at that point of time, try to get as many runs as possible, something respectable on the board. And I felt Ritu and Bravo, they got us slightly more than what we would have expected. At that point of time, we are thinking maybe 140, but we had to bat exceptionally well to get to 140. But to end up with, close to 160, I think it was a tremendous batting effort.
You wanted to bat first. What did you make of the track there?
I think it was two-phase, slightly slow to start off. I don't think initially when the batsman got out, it was too much of swing or seam movement because of which they got out. I think the ball was on the slower side, and they went ahead with the shot, and that's how most of them got out. So yes, also it's slightly difficult. If you come later and if you don't really have a chance to see what is really happening, and in the shortest format often you want to go hard, so we lost a couple of wickets because of that. Then another couple, Raidu got injured, so it was tough to come back from there, but there was some sensible batting and very good finishing at the end.
We mentioned 31 for 4. What would Mahendra Singh Dhoni have done in a similar situation?
I would have tried to bat slightly longer, in a sense, get into the 8th, 9th overs, at that point of time, and take it on from there as to who's bowling, who we can really target. Because not to forget, we have batters who can bat quite deep down the order. So, there's always a scenario where you don't really know when you want to go after the bowlers, because, if you lose another 1 or 2, the game literally is over, because then you can't really rely on the lower order, trying to get you 100 runs from there. So there's always a bit of a question, maybe if Ritu has not batted so well or Bravo hadn't finished, we would have ended with 130, 7 down or 6 down or 8 down. And you can always question as to, whether with Deepak and Shardul in the hut, whether we could have gone slightly harder initially. So there's always a catch, but I think it was very sensible. One batter played to the end, and it was contributed well.
The reason why I also asked that is they brought on the spinners when the seamers were going well. So as a captain, would you have continued with the seamers at 31?
No, it's a give and take. You also need to see how many fast bowlers you have in the armory, how much time they take to actually finish their overs, because to manage 4 overs of spin and rest 16 overs of fast bowling, that itself is tough. So if your fast bowlers take more than that, if somebody has the longest run up or waste slightly more time, it becomes very difficult for the captains. I feel one of the conscious attempts is to finish the number of overs in the given time, but it is definitely tough because of the heat and everything else. So whether to continue or not, it particularly depends on the scenario, who's batting and how many goals.
What's the news on Ambati Raidu?
Well, he was smiling, so he hasn't broken it. So, next 4 days will help him. And if it's not broken, I think enough icing and rest will, he should be back to the next year.
Mahi, thanks for your time. Great game today. Go well. Cheers.